Hi, my name is Phil Walker, and today's day 15 of my new commitment to quote at least one chapter of the Bible each and every day. Today, I want to quote John chapter 18. I have my text here in case I get stuck, but I'm going to give it a shot. John chapter 18. When he had finished praying, Jesus and his disciples crossed the Kidron Valley. On the other side, there was an olive grove, and he and his disciples went into it. Now, Judas, who betrayed him, who was later to betray him, knew the place. Knew the place because Jesus' disciples had often gone there. So Judas came, guiding a detachment of soldiers with some officials from the high priest and Pharisees. They were carrying torches and lanterns and weapons. Jesus, knowing all that was going to happen to him, went out and asked them, "Who is it you want?" "Jesus of Nazareth," they said. And Judas the traitor was standing there. "Jesus of Nazareth," they said. "I am he," said Jesus. And Judas the traitor was standing there with them. When Jesus said, "I am he," they drew back and fell to the ground. Again Jesus asked them, "Who is it you want?" "Jesus of Nazareth," they said. "I told you that I am he," Jesus said. "If you're looking for me, then let these men go." This happened so the words Jesus had spoken, "I have not lost one of those you gave me," would be fulfilled. Then Simon Peter, who had a sword, drew it and struck the high priest's servant, cutting off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. "Put your sword away," Jesus commanded. "Shall I not drink the cup the Father has given me?" "Shall I not drink the cup the Father has given me?" Then the detachment of soldiers with its commander and the Jewish officials arrested Jesus. They bound him and brought him first to Annas, the father-in-law of Caiaphas, the high priest that year. Caiaphas was the one who had advised the Jews that it would be good if one man died for the people. Now Simon Peter and another disciple were following Jesus, because this disciple was known to the high priest. He went with Jesus into the high priest's courtyard, but Peter had to wait outside at the door. Then the other disciple, the one who's known to the high priest, came back, spoke to the girl on duty, and brought Peter in. "You are not one of his disciples, are you?" the girl at the door asked Peter. He denied it, saying, "I am not." It was cold, and the servants and officials stood by a fire they had made to keep warm. Peter also was standing with them, warming himself. Meanwhile, the high priest trying to get some water here. Meanwhile, the high priest questioned him about his disciples and his teaching. "I've spoken openly to the world," Jesus said. "I always taught in synagogues or the temple where all the people come together. I said nothing in secret. Why question me? Ask those who heard me. Surely they know what I said." When Jesus said this, one of the officials standing nearby struck him in the face. "Is this the way you answer the high priest?" he demanded. Jesus said, "If I said something wrong, testify as to what's wrong. But if I spoke the truth, why did you strike me? Then Annas sent him, still bound, to Caiaphas, the high priest. As Peter was warming himself, he was asked, "You are not one of his disciples, are you?" He denied it, saying, "I am not." One of the high priest's servants, a relative of the man whose ear Peter had cut off, challenged him. "Didn't I see you with him in the olive grove?" In the olive grove, Peter denied it. Again, Peter denied it. And at that moment, a rooster began to crow. Then the Jews led Jesus from Caiaphas to the palace of the Roman governor. By now it was early morning, and to avoid ceremonial uncleanness, the Jews did not enter the palace. They wanted to be able to eat the Passover. So Pilate came out to them and asked, "What charges are you bringing against this man?" They said, "If he were not a criminal, we would not have handed him over to you." Pilate said, "Take him yourself and judge him by your own law." But we have no right to execute anyone, they objected. They objected. This happened to fulfill the words that Jesus had spoken, indicating the kind of death he would die. Then Pilate went back inside and summoned Jesus and asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" "Is that your own idea?" Jesus asked. "Or did someone talk to you about me?" "Am I a Jew?" Pilate asked. "It was your people and your chief priests who handed you over to me. What is it that you have done?" Jesus said, "My kingdom is not of this world. If it were, my servants would fight to prevent my arrest. But now my kingdom is from my arrest by the Jews. But now my kingdom is from another place." "You are a king then?" asked Pilate. Jesus said, "You are right in saying that I am a king. For this reason I was born, and for this I came into the world to testify to the truth. Everyone on the side of truth listens to me." "What is truth?" Pilate asked. And with this he went back outside and said to the people, "I find no basis for a charge against him, but it's your custom for me to release one prisoner at the time of the Passover. Do you want me to release the king of the Jews?" They shouted back, "No, not him. Give us Barabbas." Now Barabbas had taken part in the rebellion. John chapter 18, verse 1 through 40.